Dear learners, this is an anisoconia series that will cover the basics you need to know about anisoconia. I've divided it into many parts. In this part, I'm going to talk about some definitions related to anisoconia. I am Dr. Ghada Zain Labidin, a lecturer of ophthalmology, Monofia University Hospital from Egypt. Before I get into the definitions, let's have a look at 2 points here. The first one here is about spelling, and this is especially important for non-native English speakers like me. So, which of these choices represents the correct spelling for anisoconia? If you choose the first one, this is the correct spelling. So kindly note that there is no O after S and we have EI, not IE. And this point leads us to the next point, which is about the etymology of the word anisoconia. It comes from Greeks and it is derived from 3 morphemes. An, which means not. Then we have iso, which means equal. And kindly note that O here is omitted from the spelling of the word. And finally, icon, which means image. So this is basically, it means not equal images or unequal images. Here we mean by images the perceived ocular image between the two eyes. And by the way, there is a device that used to measure the amount of anisoconia and it is called iconometer or econometer. Now let's talk about the core point in this presentation, which is the definition. So anisoconia is defined as a condition of binocular vision where there is a relative difference in the size or shape or both of ocular image of the two eyes. And it can arise from a variety of causes. So it could be physiological, so we have physiological anisoconia, or neurological, retinal, and optical causes. So as you see here, sometimes when we are defining an abnormality, you may add some more details. So here there is a hint about the etiology. So sometimes we add the incidence, the laterality, the etiology, but the shortest form for defining anisoconia is here the relative difference in the perceived size or shape of images. And I want you to note also the importance of the word perceived. Since tests for anisoconia are subjective, we depend on what subject is seeing, what they perceive. And again, clinically we measure the size difference, not the shape difference. And optical causes are the major cause here for anisoconia, especially when we talk about anisometropia, especially the refractive anisometropia. When the size difference is significant and causes bothersome symptoms, it is called clinically significant anisoconia. Small amounts of image size difference, however, are usually not clinically significant, although they are relatively common. On the other hand, even large amounts of image size difference don't cause anisoconic symptoms for some patients. And what is image size notation here? When we document the amount of anisoconia, we document it in the form of percentage. So the percentage difference in the perceived image size between the right and left eye. So we have like anisoconia 2%, 4%, and so on. And we will cover this point later on in the next parts. Here a quick review about some important terms. So we have emmetropia, which is a perfect refractive state of an eye, which focuses object located at optical infinity on the fovea with relaxed accommodation. So we don't have any refractive error here. And of course, any deviation from emmetropia, in other words, any refractive error is called emmetropia, and it can be further classified into axial and refractive emmetropia. When the refractive error is the same in each eye, so like in this example we have -7 high myopia in the right eye and again the same amount in the left eye, we call it isoemmetropia. However, if there is a difference in the refractive error, like here we have -7 in the right eye and -1 in the left eye, so we have 6 diopters of anisometropia, so we call it anisometropia. And here is an interesting term. If we have myopia in one eye and hyperopia in the other eye, we can call it antimetropia. Now we have completed these points, but I want to end up our presentation with another last point, which is about the incidence. The incidence, as you might expect, is underestimated. Maybe because it is not tested, so we don't have the facilities to document the presence of anisoconia or to measure its amount, or perhaps patients are asymptomatic or give us non-specific symptoms, so diagnosis is missed and anisoconia can often go unnoticed. However, if you notice that at least 2/3 of patients with amblyopia has anisometropia, so you may expect the presence of anisoconia in those patients. However, they may not experience the symptoms because they have either poor vision in the amblyopic eye or the image is too strongly suppressed by the image size difference under binocular condition. This is the end of this part. I hope you have found it useful. Thank you for watching and see you with the next part. Take care. Bye bye.